Hello,
we're gonna be making
hello, and welcome to episode 19 of The Good, the Dan, the Florida Man. With you, as always, your lovely hosts.
I'm Ryan, I'm the good, and I think shenanigans sounds like a drink. So keep that in mind as we move forward. And who else do we have?
I'm Dan. I think shenanigans sounds like a board or card game. And we also have this guy.
I'm Ben, and I'm still disappointed. Together we are The Good, the Dan, the Florida Man. We have a weekly podcast. If this is your first time listening to us, welcome to the show. We hope we say some things that make you want to come back and check us out next week. We do things like fun story times and fun facts and history lessons. And this week we're teaching fake college courses. So stay tuned. I will be teaching the anatomy of a Missourian and the anatomy of a Utahn and how either or any of those things will help them defend against a Florida man. Ryan is teaching a fashion lesson with focus on flannel accessories. And Dan will be teaching us all how to properly pick up a woman. Can't wait.
I'm actually excited to listen to that one. I'm very like, I might pick something up, to be completely honest. Like,
it's not going to be a woman.
Yeah,
Oh man!
Honestly, it can't hurt. It can't hurt anymore. I had to explain to someone recently that like they were like, "You're pretty oblivious, aren't you?" And I was like, aggressively oblivious all the time. I have no idea.
You also had to explain to me that you're not that oblivious.
No, there were some times like where all of a sudden it's like, oh, I get it, but it's essentially like a roller coaster where finally you get to the top and then it tips over and I'm like, oh, got it. But the whole way up, no clue. No
it's the
idea.
boiling frog scenario for social cues.
It is.
Well,
anywho's what's
we're all three stand-up comedians that did comedy before the world shut down from COVID and decided to take the world by storm via three more white men on a podcast. We hope you enjoyed. With that being said, though, we still have some shows coming up. Ryan, where can people see you?
So I'm going to be, if you go to Lehigh University, you can see me on August 20th. And if you are going to be in the Southeast, I'm going to be performing at Raleigh-Durham at Good Nights. I'm going to be doing Charlotte. But I'm definitely going to need to go get the name of the club. And I'm going to be doing Zanies in Nashville on the 14th, 15th, 16th. So it'll just be ba-ba-ba-ba.
Is the one in Charlotte the Comedy Zone?
I think it's the Comedy Zone.
Okay.
I would think so.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, it was like, it was garish. I didn't do any of the things. They were just like, go here. And I was like, I can go here.
Dan? You got any shows?
Yes. On July 28th, I have WB's Eatery. I'm doing the Cannabis Night show. So if you want to come and see me do a whole bunch of jokes about weed,
how exciting!
Come and check me out.
Are you gonna do one of these? Okay, so like the first time I tried an edible, I took a bite of it because everyone was like, yo, it's real strong, so you just eat a little bit. So I took a little bite of it, and I was like, bro, I don't feel anything. So I ate the whole brownie, and I was like, dang, man, this is let me eat 3 brownies. And bro, I was fine. But then 3 hours later, the walls were talking to me, dude. I've never done a weed in my life, but I've been to an open mic.
I was gonna
before.
say the walls talking is a.
I was like, that doesn't sound like a weed thing, and I've never done a weed thing, but even that to me felt wrong. I had a buddy that took a 500 gram like edible. And
gram or milligram?
Milligram. Yeah, no, if it was gram, he'd
died.
Yeah, he'd be the only person to ever OD on weed. But he took a 500 milligram edible and then tried to play Call of Duty, and apparently just went around just spray painting, because you can spray paint God, just spray painting walls like essentially a home designer, just like trying to make things all one color. And it was just the most beautiful thing. Like, people are shooting, there are battles going on, and he's just like, I feel like this wall needs to be red. It's just
I knew there was an actual connection between weed and graffiti. I knew it.
The correlation is astounding. That's right. But yeah, that's all my shows, at least. Ben?
I have some shows coming up. August 13th, I'll be in Tallahassee, Florida. That show is sold out. But the 19th, I'll be in Gainesville, Florida at Vecino's Neighborhood Bar and Grill, I believe. Those tickets are available on my website. August 21st, I'll be in Boca Raton, Florida at the Boca Black Box. And August 22nd, I'll be in Wesley Chapel, Florida at Side Splitters at the Grove. And then the podcast has a show coming up. August 28th, we'll be in Morris, Minnesota at the University of Minnesota, Morris. That show is free and open to the public, so if you're in the area, come on out. If you're not in the area, be in the area. I don't know, man. Just get there.
We need to do more promo for the show, I feel like.
You feel like every single week is not...
Yeah, it's just not enough, Ben.
Okay.
We have to try
We'll do
harder.
more.
All right, we'll figure it out.
By we, do you mean...
Me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm talking about me.
Ben's like, up on the podcast
all
TikTok.
of the promo. I'm like, I should try harder.
Oh,
We can throw it up on the podcast TikTok. I mean, that's doing pretty well, so that'd be good.
Yes, we are doing... I am doing well on the podcast TikTok.
Yes, you are. It's great.
Hopefully, I'm in the process of hiring an editor right now, so hopefully I won't...
Yeah.
Oh, by the
way,
we should put that out. We should put that out there.
I've already had like 15 submissions.
Oh, okay.
So if none of them work out, then maybe we'll say it again out loud.
Then maybe podcast.
I've got another one for you.
Another
if you wanna...
editor?
Editor, yeah.
You've sent me 3 and only one of them has emailed me.
Scandal.
I'm sorry. No, 2 of them have. One of them did the work. The other one, I asked for like a sample and he never got back to me.
I have a third, my lord. Might work out.
Maybe. Who knows? I'll figure it out, I guess. I don't know. This is not a conversation for the live episode.
For the podcast, no, it's not. This is definitely a behind the scenes thing. It's like we're figuring it out.
The podcast where we discuss business about the podcast.
Did anything happen to you this week, Ryan?
Yeah. I went back to Disney for the first time in forever, and a woman came up to me and was like,
first time in
I'm
forever.
in forever. And she was like, hey, do you want to hold my baby? And I was like, heck yes, I do. Because here's the thing. At Disney, when you were working, you could never hold babies. Because if you drop a phone, that's fine. But if you drop a baby, that's a problem. So
For who?
I got, well, ideally, the baby and the parents. But also me, because I'd be sad. But yeah, so I got to hold a baby. But she gave a baby to a guy that's notorious for shaking, which feels like that's not the right call. But I held the baby and took pictures with people.
That made me so happy.
Right.
Hey, you shake. Hold
If anything,
my
you were
child.
just going to put the baby to sleep more. You were just like...
He was just going to burp the baby.
Isn't that interesting that, like, you're not allowed to shake babies, but you're definitely allowed to lightly shake babies because that puts them to sleep.
No.
But, like, if you shake them too much, then it puts them to death. So I don't understand why,
What is
like,
sleep?
what's
but
the
just
difference?
You have to shake them the right amount so that they go to bed, but not go all the way.
Yeah,
to
but not in
bed.
the forever box. So I just don't understand I don't know what the level is. And especially being a guy that shakes.
There's a level
That's why I don't touch
between
babies.
put the baby to sleep and put the baby to sleep. You have to find that soft... It's 2 different verbs. There's shake the baby and there's rock the baby.
I'll be honest, man. One of those, when you said it, was in italics for me. Like just put the baby to sleep. Like
I said it in italics.
Baby.
yeah. I did my hour. I saw Ben multiple times, which was great.
Yay!
Weirdly enough, like Jay Leno opened for me again, which does not make sense. I don't know why that keeps happening. But like
That's why I went to the show, actually.
That's actually fair. That's super. That's
like-
why I went to the show too.
I was like, I see Ryan enough. I've never seen Jay Leno.
Right?
Fine, I guess I'll come to your show, Ryan.
It was that was cool. And then I went to a wedding with a stranger.
Yes, how was that, Ryan?
It was honestly,
all
it was
make
delightful. It was so
decisions.
wonderful. Her name was Shay. She was so sweet, so nice. We went. The bride and groom were super cool. We just had a blast. Got recognized at the wedding, which was a little funny because I'm just like,
By the person that asked you?
no, by yeah.
All right.
Hopefully.
She's like, oh my gosh,
gosh, it's you.
by other people, which was wild. The bride at one point pulls me over. She's like, hey, my little brother's like super annoying about his TikTok following. He's got like 33K and he thinks he's like the king of the world. Can you go put him in his place? And I go, what? And
So you went over and you shook him.
Yeah, so I shook him like a baby. So I went over, and I wasn't going to say anything, but they brought him over to me. They were like, okay, show him your TikTok following. I go, I don't want to do that. And he goes, and he's like, no, but then he said something like pretty cocky about like, I've got a huge following. I was like, okay, let's cue up.
Yeah,
so
no, he deserves it.
And so it was definitely one of those things where it was like, and
Ryan just starts cracking the knuckles.
I just showed him my phone. And he just goes, oh, and he goes, that's not real. And I go, you can check. And like, yeah,
Ryan's
buddy.
like, I'm famous. Thanks. Bye.
Which is funny because I'm so not. Because when people, that's the funny thing. When I was walking through Disney at some point, people were like, are you famous on TikTok? And I go, if you have to ask, no, I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's not, and that is okay. That is a good thing. But like, yeah, I was just like, no.
I had a weird interaction a few weeks back where someone came up and they were like, are you the boy? And I was like,
that's usually what they say
what?
to me.
And they were
honestly.
like, not the man, like, are you the boy from TikTok? And I was like,
boy.
it was a grown woman, and I was like,
Are you
yes,
the
I guess
boy?
I am. Well, and then I didn't like concede. I was like, yeah, I think I am a person. Yeah, and then she was like,
I'm
you're the
a
boy.
male.
You're the boy from TikTok. And I was like, I'm the boy from TikTok.
Yes, I am the one. I am the one boy on TikTok.
The one boy.
I am the only boy. Yeah.
Wild.
But so much fun. She was super cool. Had a great time.
What was your favorite song that you guys danced to? Did you dance together?
We did dance to. I'm trying to think.
Now,
of like, what
did
songs
you
we danced to.
dance like you would dance at a high school homecoming in Missouri, where it's like leaving room for Jesus?
I want to know how you dance, Ryan. How does Ryan dance at a wedding?
Poorly.
He does the Cupid
I
shuffle
try my
and he
best,
goes to sit down.
But I can like. I don't know. I just kind of feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. I get on up. It's bobsled time. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like.
And
I don't think you're
Little
allowed
Cool
to say
Runnings.
that. I don't think
It's
you're.
Cool Runnings. It's so
The
good.
only line you're allowed to say from Cool Runnings from henceforth is, "It's not so much the heat, but the humidity that gets you." Ryan just sits down at weddings until the DJ plays either the Cupid Shuffle or the Electric Slide. Then he gets up and he goes, "I know this one. They tell me what to do." And then he goes and
That would
dances
be very
that one.
helpful. But no, I know we danced to other songs, but it was cool. They had a donut tower. It was fire. It was so good. It was so good.
Yes, donuts notoriously are.
I was so happy. I want a
Define
donut.
Especially
a
a tower
donut
form.
tower?
Yeah, man.
How tall?
Well, there were multiple towers. It was like a skyline of
oh,
donuts.
what?
Dude, it was delicious.
Did you eat like all of? I'm curious. I want to know how many donuts were there.
I had 2, but they had.
That's not the question I asked.
But
I was like,
no, they had probably. I want to say it was like 300. Yeah, it was like 300
Okay.
donuts.
Okay, yeah, you could make a decent skyline from that, I guess. I was just like, yeah, how many donuts were there? Ryan was like 2. Bro, that's not a
No, I had
skyline,
2.
Ryan. That's 2 donuts.
It's a small skyline.
he was just checking the deuces. He was like,
Yeah. Peace
Yeah,
out
I'm
to
not
those
gonna answer that one.
donuts.
But it was delicious, and I loved it. It was just very fun.
It was
Yeah.
donut-licious.
And I do plan on
yeah.
doing more weddings. I want to do more of that. But then I got a call from my dad. He was like, hey, buddy. And I was like, hi. And he was like, if you're planning on doing more weddings, be careful. We don't want you to get kidnapped. And I'm like an adult. And that felt sad, where I was just like,
Hey Ryan, I have a
Kidnapping's
religion
serious.
for you called Mormonism. Weddings all the time. Every
I go to
single
more
weekend.
weddings? Yay.
Yeah, all the
You
weddings
can do
wanna
a
go
lot
to.
more than just go to weddings.
No, actually,
Oh, wait,
that's
no,
the thing
actually,
I know
you're
about Mormonism.
yeah,
no,
you can't
I
do it.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't have coffee there. I can't do it like that.
You can't do most things that you already do, but you can go to a lot of weddings. Absolutely, you can.
But you can definitely have donuts at weddings.
I do love
That's
that.
all, it's always
Those
a
are
dessert
allowed.
item.
But Dan, what about you? What was your week like?
My week was fantastic. I mean, last weekend I went out for the first time to a gay club.
For the first
Yes.
time in forever,
The
there'll
gay
be
club.
gays, there'll be lights.
I know you're joking, but it really was that the whole night. It was just like me dancing in front of a light show, being like, yes, bitch. That was like the whole experience the whole time. I got particularly drunk on purpose, obviously.
I'm glad that
Don't
you made
do
that choice on purpose.
often, but I just wanted to be honest with you guys. I went out with my friends who we've all been Mormon our whole lives, and we wanted to kind of just get out and do like normal people things.
Mm-hmm.
So we went bar hopping, we drank alcohol, and we went to the gay club, and it was just fantastic. It was fun. Then all week I've been interviewing people about kissing for an upcoming segment I'm doing
Please
for
don't
my
get
show.
mono.
No.
I feel like that has to be one of the interview
it's
questions.
not field research. You
It's
can be
just
assured
like-
that it's not field research.
Yeah, so the first question, how do you kiss? Second question, show me.
Which is great over Zoom. Which is
Right,
fantastic.
absolutely.
I keep trying to get someone to be like, like, they always never do it, but that's my goal. Is I'm like, somebody just show me how you kiss.
Because I don't know.
yeah.
I've never done it.
I don't know how to do it. Us Mormons aren't allowed to.
Ryan, was that a
but-
yawn or was that how you kiss?
No, that was
It
a
looked
yawn. That
more
was
like a baby bird trying to get food from his mama.
I had a baby bird moment. It made me think of Dan's, like, the sex scandal, which was just the Mormons prostituting kissing. And that just makes me laugh. It's just like, hey, man, want some lip lock for like 20 minutes? Like, what the?
Mormons are so
gonna make
funny
out.
when they're not trying to be.
They're very fun. They're very fun. And then finally, my vegetable garden, guys.
Yeah.
It's grown. I should actually probably like sit.
Is that what they
pics or
do?
something. They grow. It's kind of crazy that you can put some seeds in the
Now,
ground.
I'm asking for me, how do you do that?
You take a seed.
No, grow. I'm not talking about plants.
Got him.
Zing!
But that's been my week, basically. And yeah, had a really fun time. I'm hanging out with Lonnie and Jesse, aka the Snickle,
yeah.
today. So
Those
Sweet
people
Snickles.
are great.
hopefully my week is great.
You're gonna love spending time with them, as they have.
Aw.
Yeah, they're great people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ben, are you a great
Snickles.
person?
That's
How long have you been on the
subjective.
podcast, my guy?
You should hear the things I say to like most people.
Ryan, to me. Like,
You should hear what I say to the good, and yeah, no, no. I had a fun week. I went to LA last week, and I got a house. I'm renting. I'm in Orlando right now, but I'll be back in LA at the house that I lease in 10 days from the time we are recording this podcast. So, yeah.
I love it.
I am very excited about that. And then also on the way home from LA on the plane, I took the red eye, so I slept the whole time. But when I woke up, it was like 5 in the morning. We were like making our descent into Orlando. And I had started packing up all of my stuff. And the woman next to me started packing up all of her stuff too. And I noticed she left like her sunglasses in the side, in, like the backseat pocket. And I was like, hey, excuse me, like, you left your sunglasses, like, they were barely poking out. Like, she would have just left them on the plane. I was like, hey, you left your sunglasses, and make sure you grab those. And she's like, thank you. And then she, like, double-taked and then saw me and was like, can I ask you a question? And it's 5 in the morning. It's 5 in the morning on a plane flying into Florida. You cannot ask me a question. But, like, I knew what she was going to ask, so I was like, yeah. And then she's like, are you the guy from TikTok? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I love your videos and your podcast. You're great. Thank you. Yeah. She listens to the podcast. And then like 10 minutes went by. My brain was waking up, and then I was like, I feel like I should thank her for this. Like, I was so tired. So we had like a conversation for like 10 minutes as the plane was coming down. But then like we got like separated as we were getting off the plane somehow. Like, I got out of the plane, I turned around, and like she just wasn't there. So I never got her name. I never got to say like goodbye. We didn't take a picture or anything. So if you know who you are, you do.
Yeah.
Hi, bye. Sorry I didn't get your name, but you know mine. You were
That's
nice.
awesome.
That's all I wanted to say. You were nice. Thank you for not talking to me at the beginning of the flight.
Can I?
I would have felt
Can I ask
obligated
you-
for 5 hours.
Can I ask you guys something? Do you ever feel like awkward when people approach you?
Yes.
Like, do you feel more awkward than you feel like happy or like, I don't know. Sometimes like I leave a situation where someone recognizes me and I'm always just like, I don't know how, like, I don't know if I handled that correctly. Like, I probably should have been more, like, just because regular Daniel is nowhere near as energetic as
Right.
performative Daniel. Like, regular Daniel is quiet as hell and will not say a lot of stuff.
I love it, to be honest. I get excited. I'm stoked. Yeah, Ben has
I
seen
watched
me meet people.
Ryan after his show. He talked to his fans for I think 2 full hours after the show ended. He sat there talking to his fans.
And that's why you are very popular on TikTok, though, to be honest. Like, you don't, well, it's just, I don't know, like, I think also just the fact that you worked at Disney and I probably fed into that, right? I don't know. I just can't answer.
It's
Like,
just
people are
not
like,
in us,
hi!
Dan.
And I'm like, hello.
I can
Like, I had a
keep it
drunk
up.
girl at the nightclub last week come and hug me, and she was like, I love you so much. You've changed my life forever. And I was like, I mean, she was drunk, so I don't think I
Yeah.
changed her life that much.
The alcohol
but...
probably did that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's changing the mental
But
state.
yeah, I just felt like I might have handled it weirdly because I was like, okay, nice meeting you, and then I just kept dancing on the dance floor. I kept being like, yes, okay. It was just very weird and
So,
awkward, and
I
I
don't
felt
know.
bad.
I think I'm approachable, but I have a short timer for the amount of time that I can spend like actually happy talking to people that I don't know. And I think it's very obvious that like when it shuts off, I just start looking away. I'm just like, I'm not, I like turn my whole body. But most of the time people don't stay long enough to hit that. Like most people will come up and be like, hey, are you so-and-so? I'll be like, yep. And they'll be like, oh, your stuff is great. Thank you so much. And I'll be like, oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And I'll just keep walking. Sometimes when people like notice me from like across the street or like a distance away and they don't approach me, they'll like say like point or say something and I'll just like wave and I won't walk up. I won't say thank you. I won't say hi. I'll just like wave at them and I'll like nod and I'll just keep going. It only gets awkward when people are awkward about it. Like when people approach me and say, I know you, and with nothing else to say after that. Like, oh, I know you from TikTok, or I've seen you on TikTok or something. I'll be like, great, yep, I post there. But if they don't, until they say like, I like it, I won't say thank you. Or like
you
some
don't want
people,
to assume that they like, because they might just go, I know your stuff, it's terrible.
Yeah. And then a lot of people, this happens more so at like stand-up shows, a lot of people will come meet me after a show and expect me to just lead the entire conversation. They'll just walk up to me and then stand there. And I'll be like, I don't know what to do with you right now. What do you want out of this interaction? I'll say hello, and then they'll be like, hello, and then just keep standing there. I'm like, do you want a picture? Did you want to like buy some merch? Please
See,
stop
that is the
standing.
benefit of working at Disney, is I definitely like know how to like it's just a character interaction. It's just like, okay, let's just like, I'm gonna ask you questions, I'm gonna figure out what you want, we're gonna work through it, it's gonna be fun. Like, I don't know. For me, it's just like, yeah.
No, I don't. Disney doesn't pay me to do that though.
They don't pay me to do that anymore. Yeah, but for a while they did, and it paid off later.
Ryan just took all the skills he learned from Disneyland and was like, screw you guys, I'm going to go build a career with all of this.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, that's kind of what happened. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm pretty salty about the way that things are like being done to me right now. I'm gonna that kind of is how I got into TikTok, where I was like, this is
Mike
pretty.
Birbiglia, you're the joke
later. Exactly. I was like, I'm a little salty. I don't speak for the brand of the company. I'd like to point that out. But yeah, no, I feel like I should toss that out there. But yeah, man, I was like, at some point, I need to be able to take these skills. They actually did give good skills for that, so that's nice.
That is nice. That is my week. That is the end of my week in the life, which means that brings us to our fun segment of the week, fake college courses.
I'm so
Dan,
excited for this.
you're going to kick us off this week. Teach us your university class on how to pick up women.
Yes. Okay, so I have to share my screen, right? Okay,
you don't have to, because like if you do, both of your guys'
mess up.
videos are going to get messed up. So if you have screenshots, you can just send it. We'll post it on Instagram or whatever, but...
Okay, dang it. Okay, well... let me do this real quick then. I was like planning on sharing my screen, but if that's the case.
Sorry.
All right, gotta be
Daniel, it's all in the presentation.
No,
So it looks
okay.
like you share your screen. The people that listen on like Spotify are gonna be real confused. Just like you see right here.
Yeah.
I should have catered it more to them. Okay, so how to pick up women 101. First rule of it all is don't hate them, Ryan. Jeez.
No.
We are sick and tired, Ryan, of you hating women. And if you want to pick them up, then don't hate them.
Professor, I have a question. Professor.
Yes, Mr. Brainard.
I'm just for a friend, how do you not hate women?
Well, you see, it's this interesting process where you are just respectful and loving and don't talk about them in a negative way.
Wow.
Like Ryan does.
What?
Professor, I have a funny comment. You know what I've discovered is that in LA, living in LA, if you open a car door for a woman, she will act like you have jumped in front of a bus for her. I have no idea why that is the case. It's like there is just no support or love in LA whatsoever. But I've had it happen 3 times recently. And
Is that surprising to you?
It was just friends, and I just opened up the door for them, and they were like, "Oh my god!"
I've never seen a gentleman in my whole life.
Right? Seriously, I was like, I felt bad for them. I was like, man, like, holy cow, you need to.
I don't. Yeah.
Well, I guess the
better
specifics
men.
to. Yeah, and that's the other thing that comes into play is geography. If you're in LA, open a door for a woman, and that's how you can pick them up.
Yeah, right. And they're gonna literally act like you just like your Mother Teresa just saving babies, just like running through a.
I would like to point out that you
fire.
are saving babies and not shaking babies.
That's true. Yeah. Actually, I'm doing both, but it's not a
important
choice.
distinction.
I just can't help it.
Oh, I swear to God, it was alive when it was in the fire.
When the baby was safer in the fire, just like. Anyway, Dan,
that's the gayest. This is the gayest laugh I've ever had. Sorry, that was a good one. Okay, where do I go from here? The next rules are short and simple. Say please and thank you. Dress well. Walk quickly. Drink iced coffee. Love Broadway shows.
Oh, okay.
Basically, be gay. If you want to pick up a woman, if you actually want to pick up a woman, as I have learned from being in the closet for 24 years, it's be gay. Ignore them. Act like you don't really care about them in general.
So-
because you're gay and you're interested in men more.
Okay.
And that might just contribute to a woman falling in love with you.
So what you're saying is Ryan should be farther along than he is.
Yes.
Dang. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, you're not, like, really, like, I should be the stereotype of, like, how to pick up women. No, I had someone recently describe their, like, because I don't really talk about, like, I don't even allude to my sexuality most of the time unless people are very direct and ask about it. But, like, it's one of those things where it's, like, I had someone describe it, they were like, you just seem so nebulous with your sexuality. It's like, yeah, because I don't talk about it. Like, I don't, like, there's no...
Nebulous?
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
I
what
don't
I
know. Androgynous?
No, like the bisexuality in itself is nebulous. I mean, it could be androgynous as well. I mean, that is what people are trying to say is that I'm like, I don't androgynous. Yeah, but essentially, like, but there's the thing. It's just because I don't talk about it because you know what? I feel like no one cares about what I don't know. Very strange, very silly.
I have a question for the class, though. What is the most awkward time that you've ever had trying to, quote unquote, pick up a woman? And I'm going to give you some advice on how to have bettered that situation.
Oh.
So, okay,
man.
I have one.
Okay.
All right, so it was, I don't even know how to properly phrase this without being disrespectful, but they know who they are, and, like, they know that I love them dearly. But there was a woman that talked to me after an open mic, and she asked if, like, she could come to a show, and I was like, yeah, you can, but the closest show I have is, like, an hour away, it's like this weekend. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, absolutely. And I like flirted with her for a while, and this was like 3 or 4.
What does Ben flirting look like? I am curious.
Maybe one day,
Like-
Dan.
No!
That's not my class, man. That's not what I'm teaching today.
Wish your heart makes.
Anyway, that was like 3.5 years ago, maybe, probably around there.
So Ben plays the long game. Okay.
His name is Rye now.
Dang it! I felt it coming. I was like, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna get a hit for it, and I did.
No, and we're actually like pretty good friends. He was just over here a couple weeks ago before I went out to LA. So, but yeah, it gets brought up sometimes. He does not let me forget.
Oh, I thought you were like making a joke about Ryan. Okay.
Oh, no.
there's- no.
Oh, I
Okay,
thought you were
yeah,
too.
that's what I
No,
thought.
no.
That's what I thought. I was like, oh, and then I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
no.
it's like a joke about him being androgynous or something.
Nope.
And then it was like,
Oh no!
No,
So
this
it's-
is very
Oh,
real.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
My trans friend Rye, before he transitioned or came out as trans, I absolutely flirted. Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
Now I'm like, yeah, that's why that didn't work.
You're like, why?
Sorry, there was something hidden there. I
Lived
feel
with the
like-
pain for ages and then realized. I feel like that's what I am for like women. They're just like I think it was like a breath of relief the day that I came out publicly. Like they were like, oh my gosh. My self-worth is back.
me.
Like, it's like I had so many women like put like a lot of self-worth on me interacting with them, and so I was like, no. And that's one of the main reasons I actually came out was because I was doing the dating show and everyone wanted to like flirt with me. And I kept getting messages like, I feel bad because you're not messaging me back. It's okay if you don't like me. I understand. I'm ugly. And I was like, this woman is a queen and I need to come out as gay ASAP. Like that was all I felt the whole way through. Like I was like, how are these queens not realizing their beauty? Oh my gosh, I need to come out.
We know that you've opened a door for a woman, but have you ever appreciated a woman so hard you went gay?
You know what? No, I haven't. I've never come out of the closet just to make a girl feel better. Oh, that's commitment right there. Oh,
Ryan, what was the most awkward interaction you've had with picking up a
I
woman?
mean, pretty much all the time. Here's the thing, though. Straight up, like, I don't pick up women, and the reason why is because, like, I feel like so here's the
because
thing.
you're gay.
No. Let me. I am too uncomfortable with like this is gonna get really weird, but like I am too uncomfortable in the day and age that we live in right now to just do anything wrong or anything uncomfortable. So I just don't do it. I don't hit on women. Women make the first move with me all the time because I just straight up I'm like afraid of doing anything wrong. I've got a following right now. I don't want to get canceled. I just am afraid of it. And Ben's heard some of my dating history. Like I've had some scary stuff happen, and so I'm just like I just dodge. I'm just like nope, not today. So that's why I stay single for so long. It's because I'm just like.
So Ryan's advice to pick up women is live in fear constantly.
Yes.
I mean,
And
kinda. It's not.
I mean, it's valid though. I think that's valid, right? Let the women give women control.
I'm super like.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Comfortable with
Let
like
the ladies say it.
Yeah, like letting women have the like first move and things like that. I've always been comfortable with that, but like I just don't make the first move. And here's the thing, like I probably at some point should get over that and like start making some sort of moves. But like it's one of those things where it's just like
you to do it anymore.
God,
Which is
Make
a
the
thing.
move,
That's a
Ryan.
thing.
that's
that
a real
happened.
that's a real story, by the way, that shouldn't be told on the
It
podcast.
should not be told
But
on the
and
podcast.
it's not once, it's twice. So like man is just
It was twice.
yes, you sent me a text
Oh.
right before a date, and you were just
Oh,
like, hey,
Okay, that one's fine. That one's
Yes.
just silly.
And the first one was silly too, but
only for me.
oh my gosh, Sweet Benjamin, just absolutely, just throw it, just be like, go get him, champ.
Hey,
Like,
look, a wolf! Push.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well,
Oh,
that's
my
my college course of how to pick up women 101.
I feel like
everyone
I've
else is
learned
just-
something, but I will not be taking any of this outside of the classroom.
I feel like
It's
mine got
nothing
sad and I'm sorry.
So it's just another day, Ryan?
What?
So just another day for you?
Just another day. Yeah.
More fear to live with.
More fear.
All right. Well, I guess that brings up my college course for the day, and I actually have a tiny little whiteboard here that I've done some diagram drawings on for those of you that are watching the YouTube. For those that aren't, I will describe them. My college class, if you would like to come in and grab a seat class today, we will be talking about anatomy, specifically the anatomy of a Missouri man and a Utahn. And eventually this class will devolve into how those traits and abilities might actually be used to help save your life in the event of a Florida man encounter. Now, I know what you're thinking. It won't help, and you're right, but we'll get there. Now, I feel like we should start with, do I have anything to cover this with? That's not big enough. Okay. That is what she said.
It was too easy.
We're going to start with the anatomy of a Missouri man, as we have one right in front of our faces here. And now, this is more of a general breakdown of most Missouri men, not entirely all of them.
Who just started vacuuming?
Oh, I have a lawnmower outside my house.
It's just going by itself.
It's not me lawn mowing. It's the. Oh no, it's the neighbors that chainsawing a tree. Sorry.
What?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, can you tell them they're
Sorry, I don't
interrupting
know how
my
to,
class?
Should I try and Yeah, sorry.
Ben, they should
Sorry,
get expelled.
Professor. I just needed to bring this chainsaw in.
Mr. Spencer. If you
What have
don't
I told you about chainsaws?
I don't know how to fix this situation. Should I just mute my mic?
No,
you're
it's
good.
fine. We
It went
can't
away.
hear it now.
Okay.
Now,
It's still going, but
yeah,
okay.
we can't hear it that much, so it's fine. Now,
Okay.
if I could get your attention back onto the whiteboard, please. We're going to be discussing the anatomy of a Missouri man first here, and this is my diagram of one. It is a stick figure drawing because I cannot draw. But as you can see, it's a stick figure man, and it says MO at the top as the abbreviation for Missouri. We're here.
broken.
Yeah, so what we have, what we can see on the board here is there's absolutely nothing going on in the head region. There's not a whole lot of thoughts being thought. But they are holding a gun, and it is unregistered. It's an unregistered gun, so they have at least one hand full at all times, which might help depending on what exactly is in the hand that they're holding. But for the most part, it's really just like, that's one hand tied behind your back. You know, you gotta have both hands free, ready. There's a heart here. It is a little bit broken, and right next to it, it says, broken from cheaters. As Missouri people have to split their two biggest cities with other states, and they're real bitter about it. They just haven't recovered. There's a lot of PTSD there from St. Louis and Kansas City. And if we look down here into the stomach region of a Missouri man, it is mostly full of butter cake and Budweiser. So
Gooey butter cake, but yes.
ooey gooey butter cake and Budweiser.
Just gooey.
Just gooey?
People either call it butter cake or ooey gooey. It's just gooey butter cake.
Okay,
so
sir,
good.
I need you to
don't
look
know
at the
why I-
diagram and remember that you have no thoughts. You have no thoughts happening in here right now. So
That's fair.
if you
The brain
keep those
parts
to
go real
yourself,
slow.
thank you, Mr. Kelly, for your interruption.
I'm sorry. Sorry, doctor. I'll be out here.
And if we look down here, also no pants are being worn by
Currently.
Missouri people. Yeah.
I got a blanket.
I got a little concerned for a second. You were like, yeah.
Now that is the basic breakdown of a Missouri man's anatomy. Because I was holding the notebook there, a little piece of my notes from the Utahn got a little messed up. So we are going to rewrite these.
That is actually pretty Missouri that we took out part of the Utah people.
Oh no.
We did settle.
no.
Mormons did settle a lot of weird parts of Missouri.
They did, and then our governor said we were allowed to hunt them, and then they went away. Yeah. Yeah.
Wild.
Pretty
Oh,
wild.
So fun.
Especially
So fun.
like I love that the Garden of Eden is in Jackson County, Missouri, and it's like,
Yes.
which was also, I think, our meth capital for a while, which is pretty funny to me. Oh,
This is heaven.
yeah. Oh, is it heaven?
Or as they say in West Virginia, almost heaven.
Was heaven? West Virginia. I want to go to West Virginia just to play that song.
So now we're moving on to the anatomy of a Utahn, and very similar diagram that we have here for a Utahn. It is a stick figure with the UT over the top. As we can see here, the head is actually just full of their own children's names, as they generally have about 12 of those. So it's a lot of Braxton, Braley, Kaylee, Jackson with an X in there. It's mostly just a lot of... It's a lot of triple word and high point score Scrabble tiles just bouncing around in the noggin here. As we move down, the heart is pretty much, it's just full of guilt. There's not a whole lot of room for anything else there. It's they're guilty for most of the things that they've done. The caffeine addiction that they don't tell their wife about, absolutely, it's all in there. And as we move down to the stomach, it's just fry sauce. It kind of shakes around a lot. It's a whole wave of ketchup and mayonnaise in there, what they call it, fry sauce. And they wear pants. They almost never take their pants off, actually. So they're terrified of being naked in front of another human being. But so as we can see, when we put those diagrams together, very similar shapes, but a lot of different stuff going on,
I will have to say, out of those two diagrams, I feel pretty defensible being the Missourian. I mean, we come with a gun. Like, that's pretty...
Sure. However, this is my favorite part of the class.
Okay.
Oh.
Now, in the event that you are confronted by a Florida man in a cage match fight to the death, what can you do as a Missourian and as a Utahn to help, survive the encounter? Very little. You're gonna die. However, there's a few things that you can do to help this situation. Both of you, I'm gonna let you know right now, if you leave home court advantage, it's over for you. If you come to Florida, the air will choke you and the alligators will eat you. The Florida man doesn't even have to get involved. Now, if you stay in your hometowns, you stand a much better chance of survival. Missouri people, I recommend going to St. Louis, as just spending any amount of time in St. Louis as a Florida man, one of us will commit a crime and the police will just shoot us because that's what they do there. So your highest chance of survival is letting the police run its natural course in the city of St. Louis, Missouri.
Now, if Missouri police see someone on, like, Flocka, they're not going to be like, let's give him a chance, he's eating faces. It's going to be like, well, I don't think we stand for cannibals here. This is actually the point I wanted to make, Ryan, as that will not actually 100% work. For the man that was eating faces high on Flocka in Florida had to be shot 9 times before he stopped walking at the police officers. He got shot twice while eating the face before he noticed anybody was around. Then he stood up and walked towards the officer as they fired on him 7 more times before he was like, I guess right here's a good place to fall. So,
is this
with that being said,
they're like kaiju. That's not even a real thing. They're like creatures.
Well, all that to say, St. Louis will not protect you.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Can I just country fry things and keep feeding it to Florida Man until he dies of a heart attack? Is that possible?
You
Is
think
that a
we
strategy?
don't just constantly eat butter-fried gator tail and python from the Everglades? You can't hurt us. We're gonna walk in there, you're gonna be like, have some ooey-gooey butter cake. Maybe that'll slow him down. And then we'll be like, we're gonna deep fry this again and then eat it in front of you. It'll give us strength. We're gonna walk around going, wow, it's not humid at all here. And you're gonna be like, yes, it is. And you're like, okay, but is it? And then we're gonna get ya.
Yeah.
Guns don't affect us.
Okay, but I do have an army because I will just, as a Utah man, summon all 50 of my wives and
Sure.
then, like, send them to attack you. So how would you combat that as a Florida man?
Now, okay, here's the deal. Right? Again, you're going to want to stay home court advantage in Utah. And you're just going to want to hide. I feel like hiding would be the best bet for a Utah man because, like...
I'll run into the temple, and that will be it.
Absolutely. Yeah, we would burn up upon entrance, but... The only reason that hiding in Utah would help is because the air is so dry that we might just kind of shrivel up. If we get there. We're going to land, we're going to be like... And then someone
Turn to dust.
Someone is going to be
Thanos.
like, wow, it's really hot here. And then the murder will begin. Because the Floridians that hear that will be like, this is not hot. What is it, 101 with no humidity? This is perfect. We love this. And then he'd be like, but it's really hot. And then we'll just crumple you. We'll grab you, and then we'll just like push you down into the dirt. And
I feel like Utahns escaping to the mountains would be the best call for them because
Right.
Florida's so flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's how we escaped the Missouri governor. Yeah.
It's true. That also
He just
worked. Yeah.
escaped the mountains.
We've
But
seen it work
again-
against Missouri. You know.
Hiding and playing the wait and see game is really the only way to survive a Floridian encounter. You can send 50 women at us. That's just going to strengthen our numbers, Dan.
Do women find Floridian men irresistible? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, they're just going to figure
No.
out that the Mormon men that sent them are gay, and it's not going to matter anymore.
Here's what it is, honestly. A woman that has spent her entire life living in Utah as a Mormon, there is a part of her deep down, whether it's on the surface ready to come out or pushed down into the recesses of the back of her imagination, there is something in her calling her to be impulsive and dangerous and chaotic, if not for more than just one night. And when she meets a Florida man, she will say, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for exactly one night. It won't take much to convince them, Dan. They'll be like, I need this.
You're telling me I don't have to eat fry sauce?
You don't, yes. I will say, Alithia, come hither. You ever had
No,
gator before?
it would be more like it would be like McKinsey or something like that.
Alithia with 3 Ys. I'll be like, you ever had gator before? She'll be like, can we dip it in fry sauce? And I'll be like, you mean pink sauce? And she'll be like, wow,
that what
there's
you
a
guys call
whole
it?
world outside of Utah?
A whole new world.
Exactly.
Dog, I know this is supposed to be like a fake college course, but you really just summed up Utah far too well for me to even be like, I have no rebuttals. I have nothing to say.
I'm excited.
I'm just like,
I'm
wow,
excited for
he
when
really
Ben does
just
a
like...
bit deeper dive on Missouri because
Hold on, if you
I
just
feel
wanna-
like
You guys talk for like 30 seconds. I'll be right back for you, Ryan.
okay. I don't know how to handle that. Dan, I don't know if you saw, but during that last segment, I just found out, I was like, I hit something on my headphones and I realized my headphones had been backwards the entire podcast. And so you could just see in the YouTube video me just take them off, flip them around, and just be like, yep, that was not quite it.
All right,
I
so
made a mistake.
there's a book series called Weird US, and every state has their own weird book, and it's a full account of, it's basically a travel guide, but it has all these local legends, best kept secrets. They talk about like myths, legends, cryptozoological creatures, tourist destinations, all these things for the entire state. And recently, someone sent me Weird Missouri.
Yes! Missouri!
Missouri.
We love it.
That do be true. There's 2 parts, Missouri and Missouri.
There's castles in Missouri. I feel like that'd probably be a pretty good place to set up.
Wait, there's castles in Missouri?
Yeah, Stewart
Something about
Castle is
Dick.
located on the Merrimack River in St. Louis County.
Mm-hmm.
Old Cross
some old
Castle
stuff.
looks as if it has been transplanted from Disney World onto a lake of the Ozarks hillside. That won't save you, as we have castles. We have forts. We have like Spanish forts from the 1600s here.
Yeah. We just have a lot of like 1700s cathedrals. Or, or early 1800s. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole
I guess
lot of
Missouri as a
information.
state was founded in 1820, but we had people here beforehand. So
Oh.
yeah.
The only
But,
thing that really is your saving grace is pointing us to Uranus, Missouri, and just hoping that we get distracted.
And giggle until you die.
You can't stop us.
Oh,
You can
gosh.
only hope to contain us. Do we have any any questions from the class?
I think I got mine knocked out.
Mr. Spencer?
Yeah, no. Professor, I just want to say that you're a little too accurate and I'm scared.
I'm gonna die and I don't love it.
I don't like Florida Man anymore. I'm scared.
He's scary.
Thank you so much for coming to Anatomy 101 with Florida Man. I hope you've learned something.
We love it.
If not anything else, but just don't mess with the Florida Man.
Learned. Very much learned.
We love it.
Mr. Kelly,
We love it.
take it away.
It do be that time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to class. Happy to have you. This feels like it's definitely a 101 course. Don't worry, we will get more advanced as we move forward. I'm actually going to throw on the glasses for this one because, you know,
Okay.
people respect people in glasses.
Sure.
And no one respects me, so I might as well add to it.
You're getting there.
If you pull up,
Oh, there we go.
I thought you were gonna pull out flannel glasses, and I was like, bro, I'm about to
I
lose
wish.
my mind.
I'm just gonna real quick raise the flannel blanket that I have had on my lap because though I am pantsless, class, which does feel illegal, I have been rocking the flannel blanket. Today we're gonna be talking about flannel accessories, things that you might need if you're ever going to go full flannel, which is something that I definitely do recommend. First off, I'd like to begin with I started on Etsy to find some interesting flannels things. I found one that they have a satin sash that says "My Flannel," which is, I gotta be honest with you, most of the time I use those for, it's my birthday.
Right.
It's I'm getting married, bride to be. But some
Absolutely.
people love flannel enough to just get a sash that just says "My Flannel." A lot of respect for that. For the ladies or gentlemen in the group with long hair, really anyone long hair, we've got flannel scrunchies. They do exist and they are lovely.
Absolutely.
They're beautiful. I'd like to point out, anywhere from the month of like late October to about mid-February tends to be the prime point for this, as it tends to be now associated with Christmas. Not sure
yes,
why.
And Christmas does go until late February. Yes.
It does
Yes.
kind of. It's also, specifically, we're talking about the buffalo plaid flannel, the red and black. Obviously, it's the best. I don't think I need to explain why.
I'm sorry. Did you say the buffalo plaid flannel?
It's called buffalo plaid. Yeah.
Okay.
Professor, what other kinds of flannel are
Yes.
there?
I'm
What are
curious.
the inferior flannels?
There are inferior flannels. There's apparently a flannel called Campbell. I don't understand. I don't believe it has anything to do with the soup.
Campbell flannel.
Lightweight cranberry. There is penguin. There's
Penguin.
green grass. All of these I'm pulling, by the way, from VermontFlannel.com. That is they've got
Yeah.
a lot of accessories.
Professor, you seem very well rehearsed.
Oh, why? Thank you. Look, it's important to constantly have your sources up, because if I didn't, then you wouldn't have the right to believe me, and I'd understand. But the power flannel carries on. You can, in fact, and I can't believe that this is on the first page. If you Google flannel accessories on Etsy, it's in the bottom right of the third row. Bachelorette party flannel straws, and they have golden penises on them.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, in fact, this one I'm just gonna move over to over my screen so people can see it. Yeah, it's just, you guys can't see it, but trust me, my recording can. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
How exciting. I'm very excited to see these things. I'm going to order some for you.
Oh my gosh. There's also wine glasses. If you're looking for a wine tumbler, they come with they've got flannel up top, and they've got fun little things. Like for instance, this one says Melissa's flannel fling before the ring. Oh.
Wow. Very
What?
fashionable. Very the it, the now.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Are these just all Boulder weddings?
Kinda. I mean, you're really not
These
wrong.
are lesbian Boulder weddings.
We have discovered
Colorado to me.
The lesbian community, huge supporters of these Etsy shops, massive supporters. It's funny because most of these are all coming in women's sizes, and it took me a second. I was like, why is this just in women? Oh,
it's because you're on Etsy.
Yeah, well, yeah. Also, what we've discovered is that they do have flannel masks. I can't find my flannel mask right now. It's bumming me out. But they've got flannel masks. We've got flannel hats. We've got flannel seat covers. If you just want to add a little flannel to the vehicle.
Ooh.
It's kind of fun. They've got flannel gloves. They come in men's. So if you want to be a lumberjack, and they come in women's. If you just want to also be a lumberjack, or maybe just fashion forward. I don't see a lot of men rocking it casually. You know what I mean?
Like if you want to go shopping with your lumberjack boyfriend.
Yes. So really get this for the people in your heart that makes you feel like either lumberjacks or lesbians. The two L's. That love flannel and that we love.
So basically, just go to a Cabela's or a Pro Bass shop.
What?
And you'll be. I said go to Cabela's or a Pro Bass shop and you'll be fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Awesome. Professor, I have a question.
Yes, I absolutely. What you got?
Professor, why would you want to wear flannel? I just don't understand that though. Like, can you?
I hope that your grade eventually recovers from this. Though I don't expect it to. You see, what happens was in the life of a young youth pastor, you actually just spawn one. One day you open up your closet and there's just flannels in there. It is a gift from God. In my particular instance, I began the youth pastory journey on some would say the Clock app. And as I'm there, I was about 3 weeks in, and my buddy goes, "Hey, I don't use this flannel anymore. Do you want a flannel?" And that's the only flannel I've owned the entire time. So
as someone who has been in your bedroom, you own 4 flannels.
I own a second one now. My mom got it for Christmas, and then doesn't really. I mean, it's flannel-ish, but it's a blanket. So I mean, like a flannel shirt. Also, they've got fanny packs that come in red flannel, also known as the flannel pack.
I would rock a flannel pack.
Right.
Are we really just buying into the idea that we're going to honestly call it a flannel pack? Like no one has any objection to flannel pack right now?
No one ever thought flanny pack would be a little bit better than flannel pack.
That's what I'm saying.
Flanny pack is definitely better. Okay, yeah.
I want a flanny pack.
Yes, they do have the flanny pack.
I still hate it, but it's better than flannel pack.
They got a wine sleeve of it? That's cool.
Okay, sir, did you actually do research before you taught this class, or are you just now discovering things?
So, I mean, I'm discovering new things because I also wanted excessive stuff, like it to just.
He started
be ridiculous.
doing research, and then he was like, you know what? Actually, I would do. I'd buy some of these.
I would definitely. Honestly, they got the
Ryan's
cutest.
just looking up merch at this point. He's just like, oh, okay, great.
They've got the cutest little. Disneyland started selling red flannels with Goofy on it, and it feels weird, man. It feels weird.
Because you wear flannel and you're goofy?
Yeah, man. Well, here's the thing. It just says Goofy and right here, but it's like they hadn't sold it before, and then it's just right there, and it doesn't even essentially it's just a red flannel, and then it just really underwritten because you can almost not see it says Goofy, and I'm like, did y'all really? Did y'all really
come from my brand? Did you guys speak for the company?
Oh
no.
Oh boy! Sounds like you played yourself. You look real lesbian today. Please don't understand why we never see you wearing that.
I heard you, Ryan. That was a good one too.
Thank you. Thank you. But yeah. By the way, they just have the cutest little scarves for cats and dogs that are in flannel. It's adorable. The cats and dogs have to hate it, but it's so cute. They've got flannel car covers for McLarens. That feels ridiculous. Who? Here's the thing. As someone that owns a flannel. How many people own a flannel and also a McLaren? I don't know how to tell us this, but as the flannel community, we're not doing that. That's not...
Valid.
Professor, I have a question.
Yo, what's up?
What do you wear with these accessories?
Just more flannel. So what I can recommend is if you haven't seen it, there are flannel pajama pants, which are delightful. There's also flannel top, and then you can, if you're really feeling it, you can get one of those overhead Russian headweary things that for the cold.
Hat.
Yes, a pilot hat. I feel like it's called something. It starts with a C. It's like a chode.
Let's see if mine has a tag on it.
Were you about to say chode?
No.
It's a chode.
No, it's like a very trapper hat is what they're calling it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get a trapper hat for just
a toque.
A what?
Yeah, that's also correct.
Huh.
The Canadian version of that.
This one doesn't have a tag on it to say what it is.
Ushanka! It's a Ushanka. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought it's I knew it was.
Wow.
This is what I wear for Alaska.
I was going to say which state is that.
Alaska.
Professor, do they wear flannel in Alaska?
I can assume that Alaska is one of the most prime purveyors of flannel. I can only assume.
I would go Vermont first.
Idaho probably is up there.
Oh, Idaho's up there. Wyoming.
A lot of the
Wyoming
Midwest.
probably. Yeah, but I guess northern Midwest or like northern
south and north.
west.
The
really.
Dakotas, Montana, Vermont.
Professor, I have a question. If New York is the capital of like fashion, why do people in New York not wear flannel?
Because first off, you will never recover from this class. I'd like to let you know your GPA is plummeting aggressively. New York is the capital of pretentious fashion. Okay, we are the capital of practical fashion, effective fashion. Here's the thing: it's still cold in New York, and they don't wear flannel, proving that they are just not able to see the obvious victories in the flannel lifestyle, which truthfully is just atrocious. I don't think we should.
Now,
We don't
Professor,
associate.
do
Yes.
they make flannel pea coats?
They do. They also make flannel suits, by the way. Yeah.
Do you own one, Professor?
I don't, but I want to.
Okay.
I want to so bad. I've looked at getting a. Yeah, they definitely have flannel pea coats. Looking at it right now. Let's get. Hold on. By the way, I wouldn't I like it. I wouldn't recommend a flannel pea coat. It does not look right.
I genuinely believe, Ryan, that if that became like your aesthetic, you'd go crazy on TikTok. If you just went full flannel, like every single outfit full flannel, it'd be game over. But I understand the.
I'm just showing the flannel suit right now. Honestly, here's the thing. I want to be more than a 2-color pattern, but I also kind of want to get. Here's the thing. There's a certain degree of like, I don't know if it works. Oh my gosh.
I know if
will.
it works. It doesn't.
You can buy a $100 flannel suit from.
I'm looking at it right now, actually from Shinesty. I'm actually looking at my jacket. What's my jacket size? I want to say it's a 40.
Shinesty sounds like gross. I
No,
don't
like-
like that.
40 or
It sounds like
Shinesty.
shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I mean, fantastic.
Which is just
This is some
shenanigans.
Shinesty and shenanigans, and I will not have it in this house.
You have brought shenanigans and shinasty into the dancery.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a House of Vibes video and make that I'm gonna make those terms, dude.
Oh man, here's the thing. The worst part is like, just because I know how I fit in suits, I would need to get this suit fitted, and it would be very funny to take this suit to a professional tailor and be like, "Hey, would you
trust me,
mind
it
fit?"
feels weird. They will
Yeah.
judge
Oh, you've been in that.
Not
you've
this
been in that
exact
situation?
situation, but yeah.
But close. Actually, to see what
Yeah.
I probably should get the red and black lumberjack.
Do it, Ryan. In the same way that Ben motivates you to date women, I'm going to try and motivate you to buy a flannel suit.
No, don't be different. Please be different.
Ryan, I'm gonna text you right now, and it's just gonna say, Ryan, buy the flannel.
Do it. Yeah.
Stop being an idiot. Buy the flannel.
Buy the flannel. The flannel's right next to you. Just buy the flannel.
Don't
Like,
be a
that's
dummy.
just-
Look at me. Don't be a dummy.
Take flannel to LA. Ooh,
Ooh.
they're not ready for you.
Look, you can't spell flannel without LA. Okay.
God, I wish I could. Is that the end
And
of
get
your
yourself a
course,
flannel.
Professor?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the course. I will say, Dan, you have failed because of the snarkiness and the hatred of the comments. Oh my god.
The shinesty and the
okay.
shenanigans of your questions.
Of the questions. Oh, it felt very targeted towards a sweet boy that just wants his flannel suit. I'm probably gonna buy a flannel suit. Like that.
Wear it to the next wedding. Wear it to all the weddings. Yeah.
Well, that brings us out of our silly segment for the week, which was our college courses, and brings us into our final segment of the podcast, our audience submissions. So if you've sent in a question in email form over the past couple of weeks, we probably will not answer it, as there were a lot of them, but we will be answering 10 of them, mostly at random. If we don't answer your question, don't worry. We do a podcast episode on our Patreon at the end of every month where we answer all of the leftover questions that we did not get to answer during the podcasts. So, with that being said, Ryan, kick us off.
All right, we've got a question from Sarah K. Hey, guys. I recently binged all 17 episodes, and I love them. Thank you, by the way.
Love it.
I listen to and from work and on my break. Anyways, my question for you is, what is your favorite useless fact to tell people? Mine is, did you know that there are more airplanes in the ocean than boats in the sky? I love that. Can't wait to hear your answers. What useless answers do you guys have?
Okay, so
Useless
real
facts.
quick, Article 10 of the State Constitution of the State of New Hampshire is the right of revolution, which grants them not only the right, but the obligation and duty as a resident of the state of New Hampshire to burn down the government in the event that the government stops working for the benefit of the people.
That actually sounds kind of practical.
I love it. I love it a lot.
Wow.
And also, the mayor of the town of Talkeetna, Alaska, from 1997 to 2017 was a cat named Mayor Stubbs.
I love that.
I love that.
That brings me joy.
I love Mayor Stubbs. I support Mayor Stubbs.
I love that. I want to give Mayor Stubbs pats.
They used to
Like
be able
little
to. The thing is, Mayor Stubbs passed away in 2017. They elected his kitten Denali. So Denali is now the mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska.
Yes,
A
love
generational
it.
monarchy. We love to see
know.
it.
In Alaska. That's awesome. That's wonderful. The most useless fact I know is that, I don't know if this is useless, but Dr. Seuss invented the word nerd.
Really? Ha, nerd.
So
I've got to
he
use
created all bullying, essentially.
Actually, that kind of tracks because, like, Dr. Seuss, weirdly enough, this is going to be a weird thing. Not a good dude. Like, a very. Yeah. Like, oh.
Is that for real? I don't know
Dr.
enough
Seuss
about
cheated
him.
on his wife who had terminal cancer, left her as she was dying. She then, I think it was terminal cancer. I know she was sick. And then she killed herself. Now, gets crazier. Fun little revenge thing he left her for a younger woman. That woman outlived Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss never wanted any of his properties sold anywhere, and now because she took over all of his properties, sold all of it. And so that's why we have Dr. Seuss movies, Dr. Seuss things, and it's just like, well, man, you probably shouldn't have been terrible.
Well, we thank a queen. We thank the queen for sending us all of that.
Yeah.
In spite.
I don't know. So I got weird things where I'm just like, Dr. Seuss, why? Useless facts. Gosh, most of the things I know. There were 708 people that survived the sinking of the Titanic. I want to say that was 53% of the boat. Won me a free shot in trivia one time. So
Nice.
that was that's probably.
I have a question for their useless fact. What do they consider the sky? Where does the sky start?
Probably, I'd think just above water.
So on land,
Like
would you
floating.
consider on land?
No, above the water. Oh, so above sea level, not touching anything. That's
Okay,
what I
what about being hoisted in one of those dock boats? In like one of those
think.
docks?
It's still touching something that is touching the ground.
What about those like weird boats that are at theme parks that go woo woo woo?
I
know what you're talking about.
I want that to be clipped for the Instagram. I just want that and it to be followed by like an overlay of just like that actual like an actual theme park thing doing that. It's just like it's just zooming in on Dan's face.
And it's Dan's noise going woo woo.
I love it. Awesome. Cool. Emma P says, "Hey guys, I want to say that I love the podcast as it's a fun activity that my mom and I enjoy together. We are from central Minnesota. I wanted to know if the Morris Show is just for college people or open to the public. Also, what is this? Is the show that you have had the most fun on?"
So yeah,
I've always loved.
I was just gonna say the Minnesota
Morris
show.
stuff.
It's free and open to the public, so just come on down. I believe it's in the Edison Auditorium or the Edson Auditorium, and it's free, so you can come on down to that.
Completely free. In terms of fun shows, honestly, my favorite shows, still to this day, all of the college shows that I did at my campus with Huma U. Like that's where I learned how to do comedy. We met up every Tuesday and wrote jokes together. It was like a real like cool bubble of just friends and friendship. So, friendship, comedians and friendship. Yeah.
I love that.
That's all of that. That's all that is. Sorry, it's not really funny, but it's great.
No, but if it's good, I don't know. It sounds wholesome. Ben, what about you? Favorite show you've been on?
I don't know if I have just that in my brain space right now. I forget a lot of stuff that I do, and I think
That's fair.
The most fun shows I've ever had. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I have one. I have fun at most shows, so.
Yes. Yeah. Valid.
Yeah.
As soon as a joke hits heavy and the audience like screams with laughter, that's like the best kind of show that you can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you know you've won, like the audience, like it's
Yeah.
it's a glide from there. For me though, I'd have to say like actually probably as like a sophomore being on like my high school's improv team, our teacher was a really, really good. She used to coach like competitively, like for teams that would go to festivals and things like that. And she was taught by Del Close, and so she was like that good. And so we would just get up there and we would just annihilate together. And it was just this beautiful moment of just like, and we do it. We'd sell out every week and we would just crush. And that was so much fun. But as far as stand-up goes, my favorite stand-up show is probably either performing at Truman State University, mostly because it was my mom's alma mater and my mom was there.
Aww.
So someone that like, yeah, so she went there and then something she created performed there, which was cool. Yeah, that was
I don't
cool.
like the way you phrased that.
Well, I don't know.
And then something she created performed.
I'm a creation of my mom.
It just made it sound like you came from like.
Yeah, that's true to a lesser extent, but still there. He was important. But like 3 weeks ago I did a show and that was just that was the first time that I'd done a new special, like a full new hour, had not tested it, and just like went up on stage and did it, and it worked, and I was like.
And now you've got Jay
Yes!
Leno opening up for you.
And Jay Leno opened for that one. That was so Jay Leno opened. It was a brand new hour, and it just hit, and it was just like, I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
Awesome.
Next question coming to us from Eldritch H. Ryan, what is your sleep paralysis demon? Mine is Ben. I would like to preface this by
Same.
saying I am honored.
Eldritch, I've got bad news. My awake demon is Ben. So I don't have but no, I actually don't. Here's the thing. I've never seen anything when I've had sleep paralysis. My eyes, so I was actually explaining this to someone last night. My eyes always are like locked shut, and I like when I'm paralyzed, I can't even open my eyes. So it's just horrific, to be completely honest, and I don't see anything. Especially because I sleep on my stomach, so I'm just always thinking like, I just don't want to suffocate this way. Do you know how dumb it would be? That's like, comedian idiot Ryan Kelly smothered himself with a pillow. Like, that's not...
Ryan Kelly did a dumb in his sleep last night.
I'm so sorry.
Ben has not stopped making fun of him since.
I know he can still hear me.
Yeah, right. I don't know where he is, but I know he knows that I think it was stupid the way he went. But yeah, so that was... so I really don't see anything. It's just sleep paralysis is wild, man, in a very negative way. Last time I had sleep paralysis, I was on my couch. I'd let John sleep in my room, and I was asleep on the couch, and I woke up, and it was happening. And so everything is all black because my eyes are closed. I am like kind of like slept on, like, and kind of just like I've got both arms underneath me, and I can't move anything. And so you start by like trying to move like your toes. You immediately start into panic, to be completely honest, because you're like, I can't move. I can't go anywhere. I'm in the void. And then you're like, okay, I'm awake. I can't do anything. And so I just start shaking a little bit, like honestly, like tremoring.
On purpose?
To try to on purpose.
Ryan's like, let me just start
really...
triggering my disorders really quick and just see if those fire off. I know I'm alive.
Yep. Like, I mean, genuinely though, because I knew if I throw myself onto the ground, my body will have to release. And so I am just slowly moving off the couch, and then I thunk onto the ground, and then I'm like, I'm free! So if anyone had recorded that...
That visual, the visual of that is like you just in trauma being like... And then you pop up and you're like, I'm free!
I'm just picturing Ryan vibrating slowly off of the couch, and then he falls down,
Like a
and
cell
he just like
phone.
a fish out of water just starts shaking.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate, to be completely honest.
Cell phone
Screaming, I'm free,
vibrating.
as he does it. I'm free!
Not the gumdrop.
I like Ryan to be to be totally genuine. I know this is a comedy podcast, but I am sorry and for anyone who deals with that, that's crazy. I can't even imagine.
And I appreciate it. Oh, yeah.
I've had bad, that's wild.
You've had bad what? Nightmares? Dreams?
I was gonna say drug trips, kind of like that. So
Yeah,
I do feel sorry that that's just something you live with. Like for me, it's like I have to make the decision to kind of even try and put myself in a situation.
No,
like
my body
that, but-
decides for me, which is kind of neat. That's probably why I don't do drugs.
spontaneous.
Is just because it's like,
yeah, don't do that. Yeah,
yeah.
that would suck. That would
Oh, we
suck.
do have another question though from Porter H. For all three of you, if you could have any vehicle, car, plane, etc., what would you get?
Plane.
Boom scooter.
What's
Yes.
a boom scooter?
Yes.
It's the
scooter
Vespa with the cannon on it.
Yeah.
So it's just what straight people know. Okay.
We talked about this on the podcast.
I was on the
Dan.
podcast.
You don't remember
about
the
the
boom
boom
scooter?
It was
I forgot.
such a heterosexual vehicle that Dan just cleared it from his memory cache.
It literally like the trauma of it all. Just like okay, cool.
I want an M1A.
That's my
like,
paralysis demon is the boom scooter.
I want an Abrams tank. I want because if you throw tires on that bad boy, apparently it can go like 80 miles an hour on a highway,
yeah.
which is I think it might be 60. But yeah,
You would want to drive a tank on.
at 60, can you imagine me going highway speeds down? Did people get out the way?
It would be fun in like I would want to do it in like a field, just like going ham. Yeah, I don't know about a highway. I'd feel very scared that I'm gonna kill somebody.
Here's the thing, I'm gonna do both. Like I'm gonna drive on the highway and then I'm gonna take it to a place, put on treads, and just go. Like it's gonna be fun. I think like a. Yeah.
Want to change my answer to hold on, it's from a movie.
It's gonna suck if this isn't funny, Ben.
Also, side note, I'd actually probably pick like a cruise ship just so I could sell it for so much money.
Valid.
I want the EM50 urban assault vehicle from the movie Stripes.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
Dan, are you
Absolutely. It's the greatest thing ever.
Okay, it's funny.
It has
Yeah, okay.
it has missile launchers, it has flamethrowers, there's metal plating that slides up over the windows and the windshields.
This just reminds me of Ben 10's grandfather's van too.
That too, yeah. But absolutely, if I could have any vehicle, I want a fully functioning EM50 urban assault vehicle from the movie Stripes.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. My heart is full. Yeah.
Ooh. Next question comes from Katie P. Hey guys, my question is for all of you. Question is, if you all could create a candle based off of what you think your home state would smell like, what would the top 3 scents be? For example, I think my home state of Florida would smell like sea salt, manure, and substance abuse.
Oh my god, what does substance abuse smell like?
Thanks for all the joy you guys create just by being yourselves. Okay.
Bad decisions. Like just. Oh my god.
For those of you not watching on YouTube right now, I own a candle that says Wet Ass Peninsula on it.
Oh my gosh.
My favorite WAP. Oh wow, we love it.
Oh my
We love
gosh.
Oh, are you just now realizing what it was, right?
I'm dumb.
It actually smells pretty good. I have no idea what the scent is. But this is like
It's a wet ass peninsula.
one of the first jokes I actually made in my sketch series. If you go back far enough, South Carolina says that Florida smells like salt, an illegal activity.
We love it. We love it. What would my state smell like? Okay, well, Ben's already made this joke today, but fry sauce,
Absolutely.
obviously. What else would it smell like? Oh. I feel like every state has, like, some sort of substance abuse.
Yeah.
Mainly that, like...
Yours would probably be like, what, opioids?
Oh, it's just, like, middle-aged... Yeah, it's mainly opioids amongst, like, women. So, I don't know, like, perfume and opioids would be the smells.
Fry sauce and a secret caffeine addiction.
Oh my
It'd just be
gosh.
coffee, because all the new coffee
It would
shops
be
have
it would be
opened up.
fry sauce and then a mixture of tobacco and Febreze. Like cigarette smoke covered with like Febreze spray so that
Yes,
your friends and family can't actually smell it on you.
A coffee cup labeled hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh. I think mine would be baked goods, like just like either like kind of like toasted ravioli and like gooey butter cake and things like that. I
Okay,
think
so what is butter cake? I don't know if I've ever had butter
gooey butter cake is just pretty much like a pound of sugar, a little like a yellow cake bottom, and then
I'll eat it.
and like a cream cheese sugar topping.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I
It'll
cooked-
kill you
I-
in 3 bites.
I baked it when I was in LA actually this past because Ryan brought it up and I was like, why don't we just make that right now? So we went out and bought the ingredients and I made some gooey butter cake. It is a pound of butter and a pound of sugar in this mix.
It's awesome.
It tastes really
Okay.
good.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's a pound of butter and a pound of sugar.
Yeah.
It's bound to taste good.
Oh, it's so
Wild.
good. Yeah, so I think it's just baked goods, fried foods, and
Methamphetamine.
actually I was gonna go because like we've been weaning off it more. Like there are other states that are beating us. I'd go with like
Florida.
probably like trees and nature, like some trees and like I think the farm that I grew up on, and so I think of like it was 91 acres of like trees and like pretty trees.
Also, the smell of pollution is very potent in Utah, too. We have inversion, and it gets trapped in the valley, and you just get stuck with, like, gross smells all day, every day.
Ooh, nasty.
The smell of New Jersey. All right. The next question comes to us from Katie F. Hi, everyone. I love listening to podcasts. It always puts me in a good mood while I'm packing for my new apartment. My favorite pastime is to annoy my friend by trying to convince her about stupid names that I am going to name all my children. Do you have any good ideas for this list? So far, in no particular order, my children will be named Toe, though everyone calls him Tony, as his middle name will be Knee, and he'll have to say, no, my nickname is long for Toe. 2, Phalange, twin sister of Toe. 3, Babushka. 4, B-skews. An excuse would be too confusing for them to grow up. Bonus, and Steve.
Nice. Stupid
but-
names.
I would like to add Rambo to that list.
Rambo.
Rambo and Toddrick. Toddrick. Toddrick.
I love that. I'm just gonna give you real names I heard at Disneyland. Tesla,
Okay.
like the car. Cash. I'm tired of seeing little boys named Cash. What if they grow up poor? That would be sad and kind of ironic. You know what I mean? Like that's
I've
just
heard-
an unfortunate.
I think I've met a few Cashes.
Yeah, look, Cassius, like Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, cool.
better.
Cash, dumb. Like that's that's the equivalent of being, hey, what's your name? Currency. That's just dumb.
Where are you from? Mexico. What's your name? Dinero.
Dinero. Yeah, exactly. It's just Titan was something that I saw because he was a very little boy, and I was like, why did you name him after either a moon, which I don't think they were smart enough to have done, or B, his name is Titan. What if he grows up to be like 5'1"?
Or
You know what I mean?
not
Like,
a
that's-
football fan.
Yeah, like there's a lot of options. There were 2 that I was told of. One was Ladasha, and then
Okay.
the other one, I kid you not, was Top Ramanisha. That was what.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Those
And
are
that was one of those
great
ones where we were like,
names.
what? How much of a fan of Top Ramen do you have to be?
I'm a pretty big fan.
Are you top Ramanisha level fan?
No.
Okay, yeah. No.
I can just go off of a kind of like a cultural thing that happens in Zimbabwe. So in Zimbabwe, a lot of women will often name their child based off of something that happened during the pregnancy. So I have met, these are the names that I have met. I have met someone named, well, yeah, maybe I'll save that one for last. No, I've met Genocide. I've met No Rest. I've met Anyway. I've met, which is always my favorite one because it's just like, what was
what was happening?
Anyway.
Anyway.
That is a third kid attitude right
pregnant, there. Left it alone. Anyway. And then obviously there was a whole bunch of stuff, especially when Kirsty Coventry, the one Olympian that like won gold medals at the Olympics for Zimbabwe, started winning like medals. Like there was just tons of names. Like there was like 3 medals, whatever it was, like last name, like all sorts of like crazy stuff. So we always ran into stuff, but my favorite one was a guy named Sex. And I think that's hilarious because his parents were just like, we had sex. And you came from it, so your name is Sex.
Just the constant reminder.
And I remember just being like so baffled. Like I was like, no, you mean 6, and he's like, no, Sex with an E.
How did Genocide spell their name? Is it JENNA-SIDE?
Genocide. No, that's the Utah spelling.
Oh, my bad.
Genocide.
My bad.
Yeah, no, they usually do that. It's just And it's just a regular part of everyday life. It's a cultural thing. So occasionally you can find like weird and fun names to just have fun with.
That's kind of fun though. Maybe not for genocide or sex, but anyway, probably had a few questions. But all these 400 Christy Coventries
like that.
Anyway, let's go to the next question.
This question makes me giggle. From Freddie B, what song do y'all feel like the other two are? I think Ryan is Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood. In a vibes way, not a bye way.
What are those vibes,
First off,
Ryan?
They're bye wife vibes, I'm aware. I also do love Sweater Weather. That's a beautiful song.
It's a great song. Wow. Wedding Dance came out a little. I'm gonna play, if I have a wedding, I'm gonna play that just so that you can dance like that.
Oh, I will do a full interpretive dance through the whole thing with sweaters. I'm gonna start with 6 sweaters on it, and we're just gonna lose sweaters throughout the thing.
Let me see. I have to go through some of my songs really quick to see if I can.
Yeah, I don't even really.
Let me see.
I'm gonna say that Ryan's Chiquitita by ABBA, just because that feels like the energy he gives off, like that, like dun 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 dun, like that last bit in it all. Chiquitita, look at your love. Like I just picture
so
like Ryan vibing the hell out to Chiquitita. And then I'm gonna say Smells Like Teen Spirit for Ben.
Okay. I'm glad that we were going in the same direction for Ben.
All right. Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Right? He's cool. He's cool, but a little angry, and that's all it is.
He's a little angsty. He's a little.
Fun.
Okay.
I'm trying to see if there's any others.
So I think, Dan, you would be Africa by Toto.
Oh my.
This is a twofold thing. 1, you're from Africa. What? 2, you did a rain dance and it rained in Utah. So you have actually blessed the rains down in Utah.
Blame the rains up in America. Yeah. That's what I did.
Let me see if I can find one real quick for Ryan.
I don't know why, but the TikTok audio that pops in my head is because Ben is so busy all the time, and like it's just an upbeat song, but it's so wild. Is I miss having sex, but at least I don't want to die. You guys remember that?
What?
Miss having sex, but at least I don't want to die. Like that. That's a real.
What?
And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember.
I miss seeing the red on your face when I made you blush. Hey, but I think it's fine. It's cool. It's just like this guy who's like, I'm super depressed. I'm on depression medication right now, but it's fine. And like, you just are you're unflappable. And this guy's unflappable. So like that's, yeah, it's Artist is Water Parks. The album is Fandom.
Okay.
Another one I'd give to Ben is Roses by Outkast. Because it's a little bit of a call out. It's like, I know you think that your poop don't stank, but roses really smell like poo. Like, it's like, he's just trying to like help you understand what the real world was like.
Yeah.
That's always what
I also think Highway to Hell by AC/DC.
Are you guys just naming songs? Hey, what songs are for Ben? Ben has a few songs. I didn't know the one that Ryan gave me, but I appreciate Outkast and Nirvana and AC/DC. Those are good.
Definitely AC/DC, Highway to Hell, Back in Black, Thunderstruck. Pretty much all of those work for.
Ryan, you are Ingrid Michaelson's "Be Okay."
Ooh.
I feel so supported right now.
I just want to be okay, be okay, be okay.
I just want to be okay, be okay. Yeah, no, I fully
You
support
got really
this.
loud during that one.
Every now and then, Ryan's mic goes into like meme quality, like mic, where it like goes so loud that it like starts to crack, and it's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing just because it's it comes at like the most inopportune times.
Like
so
in the
for anyone
middle of
listening,
him
it's gonna sound like
singing
we
"Be Okay."
tried to do something with the audio or something, and they're like, did they think that was a joke?
Dude, I need to. I'll be throwing it on next time, but I've got NVIDIA Broadcast now to help like solve that problem. But dude, I got a Focusrite, and apparently I should have gotten a Go XLR because the Focusrite lasts for like 3 months, and then it goes, "Hey, guess who doesn't work anymore?"
You guess who stopped focusing right?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Oh, savage.
Oh wow.
Oh, and for
Awesome.
wait, Dan,
go ahead.
I realized I didn't give you a song, and I want to say, hold on, I need to. Let me just do a thing real quick. I want to say you'd probably
Anything from the Book of Mormon.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Elder Dan. I've come to tell you about the most amazing
We used to hype
book.
ourselves up in the. Fun fact: we used to hype ourselves up to go like contacting
by
before
listening
with
to that song.
Yeah, it became against the rules, but yeah, we used to listen to it in the time and be like, hello. And we'd like recite it and be like, hey, hi. Like to practice our like greetings. We were so cringy. Why?
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyway, sorry.
I would go with what's it called? Spent My Life by Kindred, or which is just like a happy like. It's just a happy song.
I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
That or I don't know why, but I want you to be the Rockstar Sea Shanty. If you haven't heard it, Nickelback got together with
yeah.
and it's just awesome, and I feel like it's such a just yes, I don't know, it just brings me joy.
Okay, I'm down. I haven't heard these, so I'm gonna have to listen to them.
Yeah, well, I think the point of that one is that it's a song that we all know or thought we knew, but then you hear the sea chant and you're like, this is different than I remember.
Yes,
but I still like it.
It's not quite Nickelbacky. Yeah. Another new word. Deviltown Studio says, mainly a question for Dan, but the others can answer. I have a high school boyfriend, and I want to break it off with him because I'm an aromantic, gender-fluid person. I still want to be friends with him. So my question is, how would you break up with somebody but still be their friend?
Hey, I don't think we should date anymore, but I still want to be your friend.
Also, I think it's funny that like the preface for this is mainly a question for Dan because aromantic, gender fluid. But one of the shows like breakups are pretty universal. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Like it feels like
Like you don't have to be.
It's gonna very much depend on the person that you're breaking up with and like their emotional state and things like that. Because there's the thing you can do totally the right thing, but people still not take it well. You can also do totally the right thing, and they do take it well.
Yeah, so
and again, you've just got to do you. Like, you've got to be, like, honest with yourself. And the honest truth is that in the same way that, like, I don't know, it hurts the other person in the relationship down the road because you're just trying to force something that really you shouldn't want to force, right? So just do you.
Right.
And if you feel like you need to tell them, like, hey, I want to be friends with you, be friends with them.
We have 3 people on this podcast, so it's fairly vastly differing personalities. So I think maybe we should go one by one and say, how would you like to be broken up with?
Ooh.
Just text me.
I love that. Oh my god.
Just text me, hey, I don't think this is gonna work out. I'm aromantic. So I that's just it. Like, I'm aromantic. I'm not into you romantically. I am capable of possessing those feelings for human beings. You're super rad though. You wanna be friends? And then I would text back.
No.
I would text back.
I couldn't.
Hey, that's cool. Thanks for the text. Give me like a week or 2.
Okay.
And then we would be friends again.
Yeah. But again, that's different. Where you have that sort of like mentality, I am a very sensitive person. Like, I need to like discuss it in person, talk about it, like really go through like the details of everything in order to like be able to feel, I don't know, feel it out a little bit more. And then I'd say the same thing. Like, give me a couple weeks just to like figure it out, and then let's hang out again. I don't know. Something along those lines.
Straight up, I'd just be like, I want someone to call me and be like, hey, I don't think this is working. Here's what's going on in my life, and this is why I don't think it works. Doodles.
And I'm
I'd be like,
sure if they, yeah.
no, yeah, like,
I'm sure if they, yeah. Sorry.
I hope
no, you're good,
no
you're good.
stock in hearing your voice tell me these things.
Just me?
No. Just like, it's a general. You can text me. I don't care.
Yeah.
And people are
I
always
need the
like,
voice.
people would
I
forever
need
be
the
like,
voice.
whoa, they broke up with you through text. I'm like, yeah. And? Just because you've been told that that's not the right way to do it doesn't mean that it makes it weirder. It works for me. I was busy that day anyway, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. Honestly, just efficiency and just conveying the most efficiency and understanding is like, I feel like the most important part.
Also, they can't really, I don't know. They
Don't
can't
be
really
a-
like do anything about you being aromantic, and I think if they
Yeah.
care about you, they'll care about that aspect of it too.
So just figure out which personality your boyfriend is the closest to. I am very straightforward. Don't beat around the bush and just make it quick. Dan wants to be wined and dined one last time. And Ryan just wants a phone
Where did
call.
this come from?
I don't know. What? Huh?
I totally thought you were gonna go, and Ryan just doesn't want it to end. Don't hurt him. Oh no. Like,
Protect him at all costs.
Okay, this next question is fun for me. What are your zodiac signs, and can you guess each other's just by their personalities? Okay, so I'm gonna guess, Dan, I think you're a Hufflepuff. And Ryan, you're a Hufflepuff, but you tell people you're a Ravenclaw.
Stop it. I'm a Slytherin. Right.
I have no idea what the zodiac signs are.
I don't have a full understanding of it, so I don't know.
No.
But I will just guess.
Absolutely.
I'm going to say Ben is a Capricorn.
Maybe.
I forgot that was one of them.
And Ryan is
A Cancer. The society.
A Leo. I'm going to say a Leo.
I'm gonna guess. Dan outed himself earlier, so I know Dan.
He's. Wait, was that your actual one?
Yes, yeah, I said that.
Yeah, he's Sagittarius. And unfortunately, I can't get that out of my mind. But I so to like make it, I said, Ben, I want to say you're probably like an Aries, but Aries like I don't know because I don't. You know what?
You don't
know what? This is
believe in
just
it.
dating in LA. This is dating in LA. I don't think we're gonna work out because you're a Virgo Libra, and I'm a you're Virgo's rising and you're Libra's. I'm just
Okay, it's Scorpio.
bruh.
Calm down, bud.
I'm an
You're-
Aries, believe it or not.
You're an Aries?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Oh.
Yeah.
From what I've been
'Cause,
told.
Yeah, no. I was born wrong.
Did
Here's
I
the
guess
thing.
you right, Ben?
No, not at all.
Okay. Damn. Because I
I
looked up Capricorn and I didn't even know,
Yeah.
but it says they are ambitious, persistent, realistic, sensitive,
Absolutely.
practical, disciplined,
Okay.
and love DIY and gardening.
Okay, sure.
These are
yeah.
all things-
Look up any of the other ones, and you'll be like, yeah, okay, those also fit Ben.
There it is, because it's just all positive things that people
Okay,
are given, and
do
then
the
they
reveal now.
self-identify.
Also, I just want to say I am a Ravenclaw. Thank you very much. But what I want to know the reveal. What are your guys' actual signs?
I'm an Aries. Yeah, I was born April 18th.
I
So I'm
am
on the cutoff.
that.
Is...
I can see that.
absolutely,
in you.
yeah, quite.
Hey, Dan, I hated that.
I'm an Aquarius.
Ow.
I don't even
You
know.
okay,
Sorry,
Dan?
my finger got trapped in my desk.
Oh, ow.
Sorry, you're what?
I'm an
An
Aquarius.
Well,
cool.
Weaknesses runs from emotional expression, uncompromising, aloof, temperamental.
I don't think I'm
there's
any
no
of those things.
I just love that there's no bakes cakes with friends. Like,
Runs from emotional
These air
expression.
signs
but-
despise authority and anything that represents conventionality. I mean, kind of.
Yeah, that
Free-spirited
fits,
and
but does that
eccentric, they
not
can
fit
often be
you guys?
identified.
look at me. I'm clearly
I
a
wouldn't
rule
say
follower.
nearly as much as it fits you.
Yeah, you're definitely the most out of all of us.
Okay, but I
here's
should
the
I'm
thing.
never be used
authoritarian
for
in
a
a weird
case
way.
study.
Also, courageous, determined, confident, enthusiastic, optimistic, honest, and passionate describes me. I don't know how to
And
say
sorry,
this,
is that
but like,
Gryffindor?
yeah, that would be Gryffindor.
I honestly thought you were describing what it says for a
Also,
Gryffindor.
impatient, moody, short-tempered, impulsive, and aggressive. Aggressive?
You? Did they forget to put
Yeah.
passive?
Assertive.
Yeah.
Assertive, analytical, original, humanitarian, independent. This has been easygoing. Yeah, all of this. Sci-fi.
I'm sci-fi.
Apparently, it says you're sci-fi.
I am
You're
science
flying.
You
You're
are the science fiction.
avant-garde. This just. I think they're just throwing in random words now at this point.
I think that's what
Your technology. Your technology. Your writing. Your sci-fi. Your avant-garde.
I am
You're
technology.
everything. You are technology. Cosmo is so terrible. I looked it up on Cosmo.
Oh, well,
Maybe
that's
not
obviously the first place you
source.
should go for a for these things.
Oh, it's good to know.
We do have a last question, which is kind of a question. It's from Absolutely Not.
Our faves.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. As you know, we invited your fans on YouTube to participate in a poll, decided which of you won the college course challenge. However, we know that's not the only place to find your podcast. If you haven't already recorded episode 19, feel free to direct your listeners on other platforms to the poll on YouTube. That way, everyone has the chance to get involved. A link to the SurveyMonkey, www.surveymonkey.com /R/B7WQ7FJ. There you go. Got you.
Okay.
Will be open and posted in the YouTube comments shortly after the podcast drops, around 12:30 EST. We need a little time to see the podcast and make any needed adjustments, so that's why the delay. We'll leave the poll available to listeners until Monday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, when we'll close it for good, tabulate the results, and email you the standings. Best of luck to all three of you. On a more serious note, thank you for playing along. This brings us joy too. Good! Cheers! Absolutely not. P.S. The poll is currently open for you to preview, but changes may be made before we release it into the wild. Feel free to email us any changes you would like to be made at
You don't have to read
Ideal and
their email
Absolutes.
onto the pod. You're not. Yeah, this is the general public.
Oh, but I feel like this was made for us.
Yeah, it's made for
What if-
us.
Oh,
We're not gonna
because
put
it's
their.
your podcast.
Yeah, we're not gonna put
wanna
their
see the
email
survey.
out there.
But I don't
I
think
say.
That PS I think was just for the three of us. Anyway,
I really like Dan's one, and then Dan's, and then also Dan. Dan. Cool. Great. Submitted. Love it. That's my stuff.
all right. Well, that is it. That is all. Thank you so much for listening to yet another episode of The Good, the Dan, the Florida Man. If this is your first episode, what a weird one to join on, but aren't they all? Thank you so much. Hope to have you back next week. If you want to find us outside of the podcast, Ryan, where can they go?
youthpastorryan.com.
Dan?
Dan Bam Bam on all social media except for Snapchat, which is Dan
underscore YOLO
YOLO Love. I think that was the most unison we've ever gotten it. Ben?
You can find all my links at benbrainard.com. It's spelled brain, A-R-D. If you can't figure that out, try using yours. And you can find all the podcast-specific links at gdfmpodcast.com. Is that all that I had to say? Yeah, and then you can email the podcast at podcast@gdfmpodcast.com. It's been a week since I've done the outro, so yeah. That's it. That's all. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.